Studying?
Yes,
When
Mataji.
is it scheduled?
Yes.
13, 14, 15 examination, when it is scheduled to? What we have discussed about that? Vaibhav, did we discuss anything about that? When will be the examination?
No.
Yes,
About,
Vimla.
no, about date we have not discussed. I think.
Can we keep it October first week?
Yes.
What is Saturday, Sunday coming? October first week? Saturday,
That
Sunday
is
of
5th and 6th October.
5th and 6th.
Yes.
So one of you put in the, I think you can put in the group. Examination of 14th, 15th, 16th will be, oh no, sorry, 13th, 14th, 15th. Barabar? 13th, 14th, 15th will be on 5th and 6th, orals and written. So one section will be over.
Mataji, can you accept my request? I'll
What?
be traveling in those dates. Can you postpone it by 1 week, please?
Okay, we can keep it
12th and 13th, Mataji, if you
okay.
don't mind.
Make it 12th and 13th.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Is anything Kartik month starting the time? No, no? I don't think. 12th and 13th is not Kartik. Then Navratri is going on. But when is Dasara? Dasara?
13th. 13th.
Huh?
13th of
Dasara?
13th Sunday.
Cannot do that. Prabhuji, I cannot accept your request, Prabhuji, because that is Dasara. Everybody has festival in their house. They cannot sit and write examination. So, what we can do is, 5th will be orals, and what next, before that also there is Dashara, the Saraswati Puja and all will be there. So, let it be 5th and 6th. We'll consider your examination later. Keep it 5th and 6th.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji, Haribol, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dhanotranam. Mataji, I cannot do it 4th, 5th. I am not here.
5th and 6th it is, not 4th and 5th.
Oh, well,
5th and
5th. I'm not here. I'm in West Virginia. I cannot come.
Where you are going to come? You're going to write in your online only, na?
Well, I cannot do anything because I'm in different temple that particular weekend.
No, even if you're in different temple, in the online you're going to be in your house, na?
Yeah, but
right.
it will not be possible. There is a convention going on. So I got to listen to that.
So you and Vasanani Prabhu, you write 12th and 13th. Others all will write 5th and 6th.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
And the oral, Mataji, oral?
Oral will be on 12th and 13th.
12th and 13th, okay.
12th, 13th will be oral.
Okay.
And after that, this Kartik starts. So everybody has their own festivals in their own places. So better we'll have it. We'll have it on 5th and 6th. And yours will be on Prabhuji's will be 12th. 12th only, oral also will be there and written also will be there. We'll not keep it on, or maybe you can keep on Friday. Something I just asked. Who conducts your orals? Bindu Mataji, na?
Yes,
I'll ask
Mataji.
her to put the schedule. Maybe in the weekday only. Instead of weekend, it will be in the middle of the weekday. Okay. Maybe 5th, 6th, na? 7th, 8th can be your examination.
8th.
8th will be. So somebody put 8th can be your examination.
Mataji, instead of it, that Friday, Saturday will be much better.
Friday
11, 12. 11, 12.
No 2 days. It will be only 1 day.
Okay, only on 12th.
Either at
Saturday.
either 8th or 10th. Or 8th or 10th. Let Bindu decide that.
Not
either
on
8th.
11th is Saturday, Mataji, will be better, na?
All Saraswati Puja, everything is there, Prabhuji. Everybody has.
Okay.
Okay, either 8th or 10th. So let Bindu decide that.
Okay.
Either 1 day, only 1 day will be there. Only both of your orals only are there. Okay, now we'll start with the 16th chapter. How Parikshit received the age of Kali. Tutuvacha tata Parikshit Vijavariya Shikshaya Mahim Mahabhagavata Shasah Yata hi Sutyamabhicha Tapovida Samadhishan Vipra Mahadgunastadha. Sutta Goswami is asking. What is he asking? Tata Parikshit. Sutta Goswami is telling, not asking. He's saying. What is he saying? Parikshit Vijavariya, he is a great twice born, not Parikshit. Sukadev Goswami is great twice born Brahmana. Shikshaya, after getting instruction from Sukadev Goswami. Admit. No. Oh, great twice born Brahmanas. Sutta Goswami is telling to the Brahmanas over there. That is Shaunakadi Rishi. That Parikshit Maharaj, after getting instructions from Yudhishthir Maharaj, he ruled the whole earth. Mahim Bhagavata is a great devotee. Shashasa, he did Shasana. He ruled the entire world very nicely. How? Under the instructions of the twice born Brahmanas. Again, Vipraha, Samadhishan, Vipraha, Mahatguna. So, the Brahmanas, they gave nice opinions to him. Expert astrologers at the time of birth, Abhijata Kovitaha. So, he was already told by great astrologers at the time of his birth, Sutya, that he will have wonderful qualities, and with these wonderful qualities, he will be ruling the entire earthly planet. So, two times twice born Brahmanas have been used. One is for Shaunakadi Rishi, and one is for the Brahmanas of Hastinapur. Under their guidance, generally it is said Brahmanas are supposed to guide the Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas under the care of Brahmanas should rule the earthly planet. And Parikshit Maharaj has been instructed by Yudhishthir Maharaj and also by the Brahmanas. That is how. In the beginning itself, it has been told that he is a great devotee. He has wonderful qualities. Devotee means he should have wonderful qualities. He should be humble. So many qualities are for a devotee. So Parikshit Maharaj has all these qualities. A person who becomes a leader naturally has to have good qualities. If you don't have good qualities, one cannot become a leader. So seeing these good qualities, it was predicted right at the time of birth that this person is going to rule the entire world by his good qualities. This is very important. Why he ruled? Because he had good qualities. And also, what is a good quality? He likes to get instructed from authorities. So if a person says, I know everything, why should you instruct me? That is not a good quality. Good quality means he should know to take instructions from his authorities. If everybody were knowing everything, then why authorities are needed? So authorities, getting permission from authorities, taking instruction from authorities, this all comes in good qualities, and Parikshit had this. He took instructions from his uncles. He took instructions from his from the Brahmanas. That is why he respected Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadari. He respected Brahmanas. It is very important. A devotee means he should know to respect Brahmanas. You cannot call, even though you may be a very exalted devotee, but you should respect Brahmanas. Today I was speaking on that only. One of the devotees was saying, no, Brahmanas, we are devotees, they are Brahmanas. I said, Brahmanas should be respected. He has come in a Brahmin family. That means Gulakarma Vibhakashan. So you should respect the Brahmanas first. And anyhow, for devotion, you don't need any Varnashrama. You need not be a Brahmana, you need not be a Kshatriya. Devotion is beyond that. But in the Varnashrama, Brahmana is always respected. The instructions are taken from the Brahmanas, by the Kshatriyas, And in return, what they do, they protect the Vaishyas and the Shudras. Okay. So Vasandani Prabhu, will you read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, thanks for the service. Suta Uvacha Tata Parikshit Vijvarya Shikshaya Mahim Mahabhagavata Shashasaha Yatha hi Sutyam Vijatako Vida Samadisham Vipramahad Gunastata. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Suta Goswami said, O learned Brahmanas, Maharaja Parikshit then began to rule over the world as a great devotee of the Lord under the instructions of best of the twice born Brahmanas. He ruled by those great qualities which were foretold by expert astrologers at the time of his birth. Purport. At the time of Maharaja Parikshit's birth, the expert astrologer Brahmanas foretold some of his qualities. Maharaja Parikshit developed all those qualities being a great devotee of the Lord. The real qualification is to become a devotee of the Lord, and gradually all the good qualities worthy of possession develop. Maharaja Parikshit was a Mahabhagavata, or a first class devotee, who was not only well versed in the science of devotion but also able to convert others to become devotees by his transcendental instructions. Maharaja Parikshit was therefore a devotee of the first order, and thus he used to consult great sages and learned brahmanas who could advise him by the Shastras how to execute the state administration. Such great kings were more responsible than modern elected executive heads because they obliged the great authorities by following their instructions left in Vedic instructions. There was no need for impractical fools to enact daily a new legislative bill and to conveniently alter it again and again to serve some purpose. The rules and regulations were already set forth by great sagas like Manu, Yajnavalkya, Parashara, and other liberated sagas, and the enactments were all suitable for all ages in all places. Therefore, the rules and regulations were standard and without flaw or defect. Kings like Maharaja Parikshit had their council advisors, and all the members of that council were either great sagas or brahmanas of the first order. They did not accept any salary, nor had they any necessity for such salaries. The state would get the best advice without expenditure. They, they were themselves samadarshis, equal to everyone, both man and animal. They would not advise the king to give protection to man and instruct him to kill the poor animal. Such council members were not fools or representatives to compose a fool's paradise. They were all self-realized souls, and they knew perfectly well how all living beings in this state would be happy both in this life and in the next. They were not concerned with the hedonistic philosophy of eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. They were philosophers in real sense, and they knew well what is the mission of human life. Under all these obligations, the advisory council of the king would give correct directions, and the king or executive head, being himself a qualified devotee of the Lord, would scrutinizingly follow them for the welfare of the state. The state in the days of Maharaja Yudhishthir or Maharaja Parikshit was a welfare state in the real sense of the term because no one was unhappy in that state, be he be he man or animal. Maharaj Parikshit was an ideal king for a welfare state of the world. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, next verse. स उत्तरस्य तनयाम् उपयेम इरावतीम् जनेम जेयातिम् जनमेजयादिंश्च चतुरश् तस्याम् उत्पादयत् सुतान् स उत्तरस्य तनयाम् उपयेम इरावतीम् जनमेजयादिंश्चतुरस् तस्याम् उत्पादयत् सुतान्. Now, Parikshit Maharaj married the daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons. The daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons, headed by Maharaj Janamejaya. So about Maharaj Uttara is given, he is the son of Virat, maternal uncle and maternal uncle of Maharaj Parikshit. His uncle of Maharaj Parikshit. So in the olden days, even now also, if uncle's daughter can be married, maternal uncle. So his wife name, the daughter's name is, Uttara's daughter's name is Iravati. His Maharaj Parikshit's mother's name is Uttara, isn't it? This is also name is Uttara. 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 So he's a cousin sister. She's actually cousin sister. But at the time, cousin brothers, cousin sisters are allowed if they do not belong to one Gotra. Srila Prabhupada writes on this. In the Vedic system, important of the Gotra of the family is stressed. Arjuna also married Subhadra, although she was his maternal cousin sister. And that is allowed. Even today also, cousins, they should not be in one Gotra. Then they are allowed. Okay. And he got 4 sons, headed by Maharaj Janamejaya. Janamejaya. And we know Janamejaya was instrumental in killing all the snakes. After when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed and Takshak came to kill, a snake bird came to kill Maharaj Parikshit, Janamejaya performed a big yagya where many snakes were killed. Okay. So it's easy to remember. Uttara is his mother also. And Uttara is his name. Uttara is also his father-in-law. Iravati is his wife. Okay. Vimla, read.
Hare Krishna. Stautarasya taniyam upayem iravatim janmejayadins chaturasya tasyam utpadyat sutan. Translation: King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons, headed by Maharaj Janmejaya. Maharaj Uttar was the son of Virat and maternal uncle of Maharaj Parikshit. Iravati, being the daughter of Maharaj Uttar, was the cousin sister of Maharaj Parikshit, but cousin brothers and sisters were allowed to get married if they did not belong to the same Gotra or family. In the Vedic system of marriage, the importance of the Gotra or family was stressed. Arjun also married Subhadra, although she was his maternal cousin sister. Janmejaya, one of the Rajarshi kings and the famous son of Maharaj Parikshit. His mother's name was Iravati, or according to some, Madravati. Maharaj Janmejaya begot 2 sons of the names Natanika and Shankukarna. He celebrated several sacrifices in the Kurukshetra pilgrimage site, and he had 3 younger brothers named Shrutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimsena. 2. He invaded Takshala, Ajanta, and he decided to avenge the unlawful curse upon his great father, Maharaj Parikshit. He performed a great sacrifice called Sarpa Yagya, to kill the race of serpents, including the Takshak, which had bitten his father to death. On request from many influential demigods and sages, he had to change his decision to kill the race of snakes, but despite stopping the sacrifice, he satisfied everyone concerned in the sacrifice by rewarding them properly. In the ceremony, Mahamuni Vyasdev also was present, and he personally narrated the history of the battle of Kurukshetra before the king. Later on, by the order of Vyasdev, his disciple Vaishampayan narrated before the king the subject matter of Mahabharata. He was much affected by his great father's untimely death and was very anxious to see him again, and he expressed his desire before the great sage Vyasdev. Vyasadev also fulfilled his desire. His father was present before him, and he worshipped both his father and Vyasdev with great respect and awe. Being fully satisfied, he most presently gave charity to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Third verse. Ajahariश्वमेधां स्त्रीं गंगायां भूरि दक्षिणां शारदवत् शारदवतं गुरुं कृत्वा देवा यत्राक्षि गोचरा. Ajahara performed Ashwamedhan horse sacrifices three. So Maharaj Parishit performed 3 horse sacrifices where Gangayam on the bank of Ganga. And this way he sufficiently awarded Dakshina. He gave the Dakshina. Sharadvatam means unto Kripacharya. And then Kripacharya is his guru. Kritva Devaha. In this way, he gave awards to all the to demigods, Yatra Akshi Gocharaha. So because he performed the sacrifices very nicely, even common men, Akshi Gocharaha, they could see the demigods there. And he sufficiently awarded everyone. He selected Kripacharya for his assistance. He sufficiently awarded his assistance. He sufficiently awarded that attendance. He took guidance from Kripacharya. And because he performed the sacrifice very nicely, even the demigods were Gocharaha, were moving there, and they could be seen even by the common people. So he performed 3 horse sacrifices. So sacrifices are done by the Brahmanas. So under the care of Brahmanas, he did. And horse sacrifice Ashwamedha Yajna means declaring to the whole world that he is the king. At the time the horse is sent ahead. And whoever tries to attack the horse, that means he is trying to attack the rulership or kingship of that particular. Because the king says, I want your land. Then what he'll do, he will send the horse there. If the person is surrendering, then there is no fight. If he tries to attack, then he has to fight with the army of that king. And in this way, he ruled the entire earthly planet. He won the entire earthly planet. Okay. Aneja Prabhu, read.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम आज हारा अश्वमेधांत्री गंगायां भूरि दक्षिणान् शारद्वतं गुरुं कृत्वा देवा यत्र गोचरः. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj Parikshit, after having selected Kripacharya for guidance as his spiritual master, performed 3 horse sacrifices on the banks of Ganges. These were executed with sufficient rewards for the attendants. And at these sacrifices, even the common man could see demigods. Purport. It appears from this verse that interplanetary travel by the denizens of higher planets is easy. In many statements in Bhagavatam, we have observed that the demigods from heaven used to visit this earth to attend sacrifices performed by influential kings and emperors. Herein also we find that during the time of the horse sacrifice ceremony of Maharaja Parikshit, the demigods from other planets were visible even to the common man due to the sacrificial ceremony. The demigods are not generally visible to common men as the Lord is not visible, but as the Lord, by his causeless mercy, descends to be visible to common man. Similarly, the demigods also become visible to the common man by their own grace. Although celestial beings are not visible to the naked eye of the inhabitants of this earth, it was due to the influence of Maharaja Parikshit that the demigods also agreed to be visible. The kings used to spend lavishly during such sacrifices as a cloud distributes rains. A cloud is nothing but another form of water, or in other words, the waters of the earth transform into clouds. Similarly, the charity made by the kings in such sacrifices are but another form of the taxes collected from the citizens. But as the rains fall down very lavishly and appear to be more than necessary, the charity made by such kings also seems to be more than what the citizen needs. Satisfied citizens will never organize agitation against the king, and thus there was no need in changing the monarchical state. Even for a king like Maharaja Parikshit, there was need of a spiritual master for guidance. Without such guidance, one cannot make progress in spiritual life. The spiritual master must be bona fide, and one who wants to have self realization must approach and take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master to achieve real success. Hare Krishna.
निजग्राहौ जसा वीरः कलिदिग्विजये क्वचित् नृपलिङ्गधरं शूद्रं घ्नन्तं गो गोमिथुनं पदा निजग्राहौ जसा वीरः Nijagraha sufficiently punished by his prowess, Veera, the valiant hero. To whom he punished Kali, his master of this age. How it happened? So Pachit, once upon a time, he was Digvijay. He was on his way to conquer the world. Nrupalingadharam. At the time he saw Nrupalingadharam, he saw a person dressed as a king. But he was actually a Shudra, lower class. He was hurting Ranantam, hurting Gomithunam, a cow and a bull. And he was hurting them on their legs. So he saw a person dressed as a king, but he was a Shudra. He was hurting cow and a bull. Now, Parishit Maharaj, he was on the way to conquer the world. So when he saw this, he caught hold of him and gave enough punishment. Okay, Krishna Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Danda Pranam Mataji. Nijagrahau jasa viraha kalim digvijaye kvachit nrupalingadharam sudram gnantam gomidhunam pada. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Once, when Maharaja Parikshit was on his way to conquer the world, he saw the master of Kali Yuga, who was slower than a Sudra, disguised as a king and hurting the legs of cow and bull. The king at once caught hold of him to deal sufficient punishment. Purpose. The purpose of a king's going out to conquer the world is not for self-aggrandizement. Maharaja Parikshit went out to conquer the world after his ascendance to the throne. But this was not for the purpose of aggression on other states. It was the emperor of the world, and all small states were already under this regime. This purpose is going out was to see how things were going on in terms of the godly state. The king, being the representative of the Lord, has to execute the will of the Lord duly. There is no question of self aggrandizement. Thus, as soon as Maharaja Parikshit saw that a lower class man in the dress of a king was hurting the legs of a cow and a bull, at once he arrested and punished him. The king cannot tolerate insult to the most important animal, the cow, nor can we tolerate disrespect for the most important man, the Brahmana. Human civilization means to advance the cause of a Brahmanical culture and to maintain it. Cow protection is essential. There is a miracle in milk, for it contains all the necessary vitamins and sustain human psychological conditions for higher achievements. Brahmanical culture can advance only when man is educated to develop the quality of goodness. And for this, there is a prime necessity of a food prepared with milk, fruits, and grains. Maharaja Parikshit was astonished to see that a black Sudra dressed like a ruler was mistreating a cow, the most important animal in human society. The age of Kali means mismanagement and quarrel, and the root cause of all mismanagement quarrel is that worthless men with the modes of lower class men who have no higher ambition in life come to the helm of the state management. Such men at the post of a king are sure to first hurt the cow and the Brahmanical culture, thereby punishing all society towards hell. Maharaja Parikshit, trained as he was, got the scent of this root cause for all quarrel in the world. Thus, he wanted to stop it in the very beginning. Hare Krishna.
Kali means age of quarrel. Maharaj Parikshit wanted to stop it in the very beginning itself. Shaunaka is asking. Shaunaka Vacha तस्य हेतो निजग्राह कलिं दिग्विजये नृपः नृदेवचिह्न दृक्षुद्र कोसौगां यः पदाहनत् तत्कथ्यां महाभाग यदि कृष्ण कथाश्रयम्. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaj Parikshit? Shaunaka Vacha. Shaunaka Rishi said, Kasya heto, what is the reason? Nijagraha. He just simply punished him. Should have killed him. No? Then this age of Kali would have not been there. But he just punished him. Digvijaya, when he went to the world tour. Nrupaha, Nradevaha, Tinhe Shudrakaha. The Shudra, he dressed like a king. Asau Kam Yahapada Yahapadahanat. This person, the Shudra, was beating the cow, striking his legs. So I want to know more about it. I want to know more about this incident, Kathashrim. Kathashrim means, please relate this topic, O Mahabhaga. So if it is related to Krishna, then please tell me. If they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna, then I want to know about this incident. Is this related to Lord? Then you please tell me. That means he is not interested in Gramya Vachan or Gramya Bhasha. Gramya Bhasha means gossips. If at all this topic is related to Krishna, then please let me know more about it. Why only punishment was given? That too when he is going to the world tour. How is it that he is spared in spite of he beating the cows, striking their legs? And if this is related to Krishna, I want to know more about it. And this way Shaunaka Rishi is speaking. Dayasagar Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Shaunaka Uvacha Kasya Hetur Nijagraha Kalim Nidvijaye Nripaha Nrideva China Drikshudra Kosaugang Yapadahanat Tat Katyatam Mahabhaga Yadi Krishna Katashrayam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaja Parikshit simply punish him, since he was the lowest of the Shudras, having dressed as a king and having struck a cow on the leg? Please describe all these incidents if they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna. Purport. Shaunaka and Rishis were astonished to hear that pious Maharaja Parikshit simply punished the culprit and did not kill him. This suggests that a pious king like Maharaja Parikshit should have at once killed an offender who wanted to cheat the public by dressing like a king and at the same time daring to insult the purest of the animals, a cow. The rishis in those days, however, could not even imagine that in the advanced days of the age of Kali, the lowest of Shudras will be elected as administrators and will open organized slaughterhouses for killing cows. Anyway, although hearing about Shudraka, who was a cheat and insulter of a cow, was not very interesting to the great rishis, they nevertheless wanted to hear about it to see if the event has any connection with Lord Krishna. They were simply interested in the topics of Lord Krishna, for anything that is detailed with the narration of Krishna is worth hearing. There are many topics in Bhagavatam about sociology, politics, economics, cultural affairs, etc. But all of them are in relation with Krishna, and therefore all of them are worth hearing. Krishna is the purifying ingredient in all matters, regardless of what they are. In the mundane world, everything is impure due to its being a product of the three mundane qualities. The purifying agent, however, is Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, what are these three mundane qualities?
Hmm?
Last line of purpose. In the mundane world, everything is impure due to its being a product of the three mundane qualities.
Sattoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna.
Okay, okay.
अथवास्य पदाम्बोजं मकरं मकरम् अथवास्य पदाम्बोज मकरन्दलिहां सतां किमन्यैर् असदालापैः आयुषो यत् असत्वयः अथवास्य पदाम्बोज मकरन्दलिहां सतां किमन्यैरसदालापैः आयुषो यत् असत्वयः. No, athava, otherwise, asya, Lord Krishna's padamboja, lotus feet, makarandaliham, of those who lick the honey from such a lotus flower, satam, of those who are to exist eternally, kimanyam, what is the use of anything else? Asat, illusory, alape topics, ayusha or duration of life, yet that which, asatveha unnecessary waste of time. So devotees are interested to licking the honey available from the lotus feet of Lord. What is the use of topics which simply waste one's valuable life? Asatveha, just waste of life. So any other topics only reduces our duration of life. Ayusha. So why to speak something nonsense instead of just talking about Krishna? Devotees are not interested in anything except the topics of love. Okay, Narayana read.
Yes, Mataji. अथवास्य पदाम्भोज मकरन्दलिहां सतां किं मनैर् किम् अन्यैर् असद् आलापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यय. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The devotees of the Lord are accustomed to licking up the honey available from the lotus feet of the Lord. What is the use of topics which simply waste one's valuable life? Lord Krishna and his devotees are both on the transcendental plane. Therefore, the topics of Lord Krishna and of his pure devotees are equally good. The battle of Kurukshetra is full of politics and diplomacy. But because the topics are related with Lord Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita is therefore adored all over the world. There is no need to eradicate politics, economics, sociology, etc., which are mundane to the mundaners. To a pure devotee who is actually related with the Lord, such mundane things are transcendental if dovetailed with the Lord or with his pure devotees. We have heard and talked about the activities of the Pandavas, and we now are dealing with the topics of Maharaj Parikshit. But because all these topics are related to the Lord Sri Krishna, they are all transcendental, and pure devotees have great interest in hearing them. We have already discussed this matter in connection with the prayers of Bhishma Deva. Our duration of life is not very long, and there is no certainty of when we shall be ordered to leave everything for the next stage. Thus, it is our duty to see that not a moment of our life is wasted in topics which are not related with Lord Krishna. Any topic, however pleasant, is not worth hearing if it is devoid of its relation to Krishna. The spiritual planet Golok Vrindavan, the eternal abode of Lord Krishna, is shaped like the whirl of a lotus flower. Even when the Lord descends to any one of the mundane planets, he does so by manifesting his own abode as it is. Thus, his feet always remain on the same big bowl of lotus flower. His feet are also as beautiful as the lotus flower. Therefore, it is said that Lord Krishna has a lotus feet. A living being is eternal by constitution. He is, so to speak, in the whirlpool of birth and death due to his contact with material energy. Freed from such material energy, a living entity is liberated and is eligible to return home back to Godhead. Those who want to live forever without changing their material bodies should not waste valuable time with topics other than those related to Lord Krishna and his devotees. Hare Krishna.
The topics that is related to Lord. So in that many things can come. It's not just Gita, Bhagavatam. Related to Lord means like you're running Govindas. How much profit Govindas had? You're asking this. Is it not related to Krishna? That profit you're using in the Krishna service? You should understand it very nicely. Anything related to Krishna. If you are doing some missionary activities, then naturally you need funds. You will be having many such projects which will raise funds. Then you have to talk about that project also. No, I'll not talk about that project. I'll only talk about Krishna. No. Anything related to Krishna. That is what he said. Not just direct Krishna. Related to Krishna. There are so many things. Like you are you're talking to a jhaduwala who is cleaning the temple, and you're scolding him. What is this? Can't you clean properly? Say, why you're talking something which is not related to Krishna? Is it not related to Krishna? You understand very nicely. When you have to manage, naturally, a lot of things you have to speak. Now we are doing this digital marketing. Somebody was telling, Mataji, digital marketing and all these things, Facebook, to get rid of all these things. It is related to Krishna. Huh? You are not doing for yourself. You are doing for making the temple famous. You are doing it for getting some funds for the temple. Like now, Pitrupaksh, this is going. So naturally, we have put this ad so that some funds are generated to the temple. Something the Brahmanas get, something the temple gets, something Goshala gets. Is it not related to Krishna? It is related to Krishna. So we should try different ways to generate the funds. So naturally, for that, you have to break your head. When we have to run our house, we break so much head, isn't it? We go to office. And the question can come, why are you going to office? Why are you wasting your time? If you are such a purified soul, you should not go to office also. No? You should sit at home. You should only chant the holy name. One should be like Haridas Thakur. Today is Haridas Thakur's disappearance day. 192 rounds he was chanting. They said, chant, na? Why are you going to office also? In the office, you're talking all type of mundane things. But when it comes to spirituality, we restrict ourselves. We don't use WhatsApp. We don't see WhatsApp. But WhatsApp is only for what? For Krishna service. So you are taking the best advantage of whatever things you have. Now the mass media is, you have to do a lot of publicity to get some funds. So this is a topic actually related to Krishna. Your going to office is not related to Krishna, simple. Because you are not using 100% of your income to Krishna service. So is it related to Krishna? You only give something. Is it 100% you are giving? Like Gopal Vishwa Goswami Maharaj is to give 100% to Srila Prabhupada. Then it is 100, then it's okay. We give just maybe 1% or 2%. Other things we are using for our own sense gratification, isn't it? So at that time we become very complacent for that. But what about in spiritual life? Why not be active? We should be active. We should try to generate a lot of funds because actually to feed people, so many people you require. Temple is not just run by some small donations. It is run by hard work. A lot of hard work is required. A lot of thought processes has to be put. This yatra, that yatra, so many thought processes you have to put. And for that you require nowadays mass media. Anything related to Krishna, that is pure devotional service. You may say he is wasting time in Facebook. No. He is serving Krishna through Facebook. He is serving Krishna through mass media or whatever it is. So if you are really on the pure devotional path, you should not go to office also. So that is why this topic is so.
Mataji, last two lines of the purport I am not able to understand. Those who want to
Those who
live
want to live
forever
forever
without
without changing their material bodies should not waste valuable time with topics other than those relating to Krishna and his devotees. Yes.
those who want to live forever without changing their material bodies. How can we live forever without changing our material bodies? This was I am not able to understand. And do
So
not waste
for
their
a
time.
devotee, there is no material body. In the next life also, his body is spiritualized. Devotee's
Okay.
body is not a material body. Again, understand, without changing their material body, he wants to live forever without changing the material body. That means what? He doesn't have material body. Where is the question of changing the material body? His body is spiritualized. He is always thinking of Krishna.
It means when you become pure bhaktas, your body gets spiritualized and you continue. You always want bhakti of Krishna, not any birth or anything kind of thing. It's
Like
from that
Guru
sense.
Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, when he left his body, he doesn't have a material body. They are always in the eternal world, functioning in the eternal body. Like Prabhupada staying in Brahmaris. may seem that he has a material body, but no, their consciousness is always in the spiritual body. That is how, without changing their material body, that means what? Without changing their consciousness, they're always serving Krishna. Very subtle thing to understand. Prabhupada also changed the body, no? But then he is not in this body. He is always in the spiritual body only. It may seem that he has this body, but he is always functioning in his spiritual body. Nainukuti, I think now you're dressed like Sita ji. Okay. One more verse. Shudrayusham Ramangam Ramanga Martyanam Mritam Ichatam Iho Pahuto Bhagavan Mrityu Shamitra Karmani. Sutta Goswami, there are those amongst men who desire freedom from death and get eternal life. They escape the slaughtering process by calling the controller of death Yamaraj. Shudra means very small. This duration of life is very small of the human bodies. Nunam. So Sutta Goswami Mrityanam. Of those who are sure to meet death, Ritam, eternal life, they want this eternal life. So what they do? Bhagavan Mrityu, Yamaraja. They suppress, they escape the Yamaraj's punishment. There are those who desire freedom from death. And how it is possible? Only by service. The more we serve Lord, the more we can use our intelligence, then we can come out of these clutches.
Again, what does this mean, Mataji? They escape the slaughtering process by calling the controller of death Yamaraj. How can they escape?
Prabhupada is going to explain that.
Okay.
So Mataji, read the puppet.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandapranam. Shudrayusham Nrinam Angam Martyanam Vritamicchatam Iho Pahuto Bhagavan Mrityo Samitra Karmani. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: O Sutta Goswami, there are those amongst men who desire freedom from death and get eternal life. They escape the slaughtering process by calling the control of death Yamaraja. Purport: the living entity, as it develops from lower animal life to a higher human being and gradually to higher intelligence, becomes anxious to get free from the clutches of death. Modern scientists try to avoid death by physiochemical advancement of knowledge, but alas, the controller of death, Yamaraj, is so cruel that he does not spare even the very life of the scientist himself. The scientist who puts forward the theory of stopping death by advancement of scientific knowledge becomes himself a victim of death when he is called by Yamaraj. What to speak of stopping death? No one can enhance the short period of life even by a fraction of a moment. The only hope of suspending the cruel slaughtering process of Yamaraj is to call him to hear and chant the holy name of the Lord. Yamaraj is a great devotee of the Lord and he likes to be invited to kirtanas and sacrifices by the pure devotees who are constantly engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, the great sages, headed by Shaunaka and others, invited Yamaraj to attend the sacrifice performed at Naimisharanya. This was good for those who did not want to die. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Yes, not there. What did it do? They called Yamaraj. Who is Yamaraj? One of the Mahajanas. He is one of the Mahajanas. He likes to hear about Lord. He likes to chant. So in this way, the devotees can escape the punishment of Yamaraj by calling him, inviting him, and hearing and chanting. Okay. So here we stop. Any
Har-
questions?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, how do you invite Yamraj?
You do
Can
Kirtan, everyone is there only.
sorry?
When you do Kirtan, Bhajan, all the Devi Devatas, they are present there.
Okay. Okay.
But
So Yamaraj also
automatically
is
comes
present.
whenever somebody, normally we tell about Hanuman, whereas Ram Katha is there, Hanuman automatically comes.
We
So in
chant the
this
12
Katha,
Mahajana verses, na? We tell Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaro,
okay,
Kapilo,
invocation by
Manu.
prayers. That is what his question was. How do we invite Yamaraj? By invoking,
By
by,
invoking the 12 Mahajana prayers, na?
okay.
You know, Nainu, 12 Mahajana prayers. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu,
बोलो
Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu.
12 महाराजा's prayers, स्वयंभू नारद शंभू आता है? तुमको आता था?
Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu.
I think she has
Okay.
forgotten, Mama.
Okay. Now, which prayers you are going to tell today?
So,
पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भा द्वन्द्वे प्रणामसमये सगनाधिराज वेग्नान्विहन्तुमलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
स्वयंभू नारद शंभू
शम्भो
कुमार कपिलो
कपिलो
मनु
प्रह्लादो
जनक
जनको
भीष्मो
Sakir,
बलिर्वैयासकी वयम्.
Vayam. This verse is told by Yamaraj himself. Vayam means myself, he says. So there are 12 Mahajanas. Swayambhu, that is Brahmaji. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu. There is Narada, Shivji.
Lord
Then
Shiva.
Kumara, Kapila, Manu. Then Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma. Then last is what? Balir, Vyas,
बलिर्वैयासकी वयम्.
Sukadeva Goswami. And
Sukhivayam.
वैयासकी याद लीजिए.
okay, वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
बोलो
कृपा पतितानं पावनं विष्णुविंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय।
भगवान की.
जय। हरि बोल।
so